Someone who knows the answers to these questions, our friend Tim O'Brien, senior columnist for Bloomberg Opinion. So it strikes me, and you and Donald Trump had to settle this in court, that he's always been sensitive to the notion that he wasn't as wealthy as he said he was, and that he was super duper over leveraged. How do those two sort of long dynamics factor into the current crises?
Well, anybody who has a credit card and puts too much money on their credit card and doesn't have enough income coming in to pay it off each month knows what that's like on a very small level. Trump is just a ground mal version of that problem, and he's done this his entire life, Nicole. He's binged on debt like it's a buffet meal at a all-night diner. He has never been able to be disciplined about borrowing money. He has flirted with personal bankruptcy in the past. He almost went broke in the early 1990s because he guaranteed $900 million of over $3 billion he couldn't pay back. He said to me once, we were at Mar-a-Lago, and he said, the one thing my father said to me that I never listened to was, you shouldn't personally guarantee anything. And that was the mistake I made in the early 90s. Well, lo and behold, it turns out now that he's personally guaranteed nearly $600 million of well over $1 billion in debt he has. He's got assets that are worth about $2 billion. He is not going to go broke, but he is under a lot of pressure. 75% of what he has is in urban real estate. Urban real estate has been creamed by the coronavirus, and it's not clear yet whether or not once we get past this apocalypse, what people's appetites are going to be for going back to office spaces. And that's going to really affect him. Everything else he has, the golf, much of that is window dressing around his wealth. He could write books again, but as you and I both know, my friend, you don't become a billionaire or stay a billionaire by writing books. And he's going to need bankers to come to his rescue, and he will probably need sovereign wealth funds overseas to come to his rescue, which raises all of these issues we've talked about in the past about him being a national security threat and why he courted foreign powers so assiduously during his presidency.
And you can argue the case for why the Russians or some others would invest in him on his way up, but he's very clearly on his way back down. Can you talk about sort of the combination and the deterioration of his brand in the wake of the deadly insurrection and his role in inciting it?
Well, he always, his brand was always about people who aspired to be wealthy. He never really, catered to authentically affluent people who were established and wanted to live above it all. He is always tried to cater to aspirational people. And the fact that Donald Trump fomented an insurrection, undermined democracy, and incited people to attack the Capitol on national television has blown up that part of his business. Hanging the Trump shingle on a myriad number of products like he used to do is not going to be a turnkey solution for him. What will be is political fundraising. We've already seen him be scammy around that with his legal defense fund. I assume he will continue to do that to raise short-term cash, but none of that's going to be enough money to get him out of his problems.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.